Guilt, a positive use for a negative emotion. Guilt is one of the most painful emotions that humans experience, but also one of the most common. No one enjoys feeling guilty, but this emotion serves an important purpose. It alerts a person when he or she has done something wrong. This enables people to make amends and work to heal relationships that were damaged by their actions. It can also motivate people to avoid making the similar mistakes later. Nevertheless, guilt can be destructive if it is not dealt with in the right way. It can cause people to avoid others because they are too embarrassed to apologize for their actions or inaction. Some try to avoid the pain of guilt by turning to other worse habits. Others try to cover up their guilt by blaming others or becoming angry. An added complication is sometimes people feel guilty about things that happen that they can't control. One example of this is survivor's guilt, when people who survive a disaster feel guilty because they escaped death when others didn't. Some people experience false guilt because of excessively high expectations for themselves they cannot live up to. A proper response to guilt depends on what kind of guilt you are dealing with. For false guilt, it's important to recognize that guilt does not reflect an actual ethical failure. For example, some false guilt focuses on failing to meet expectations you had for yourself. In this case, it's important to remind yourself you have limits. No one is perfect and no one can do everything. So admitting your limits is actually a sign of humility. It's also important to acknowledge what you are feeling, even when you don't need to feel guilty. These feelings are real and normal. Try to balance them with positive thoughts, but realize that it often takes time for feelings to change. It's possible that you feel guilty because you actually did something wrong or didn't do something you should have done. If so, don't try to conceal it. Apologize and ask for forgiveness. Learn from your mistakes and try to avoid committing the same acts again. Being reconciled with the person you hurt should make your guilt feelings fade. Guilt is painful, but it can serve a good purpose if you used it well.
好。